OCO, what's up, beautiful souls? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mamina. You can call me Mina for short, or Divine Star Seed. We're going to get into the new moon in Aries energy. Before we do that, make sure that you guys realize this is a collective reading. You've centered yourself. You're ready to hear what you need to hear. Take only what resonates to and for you. Leave what doesn't. Remember to be open-minded. You are always responsible for your actions and reactions to these messages. We're going to tap into what's coming in here. What is it that's going to help you manifest your intentions with this new moon? There's a lot of synchronicities around the number 1 here. We have Aries, the first sign of the zodiac. Aries is in this 11th degree on the 1st. It's April 1st, and it's the first house. So there's a lot of synchronicities. If you know Aries is a strong placement in your chart, you will feel this intensely. But Aries, all the zodiacs play in your chart. I know not everyone talks about that all the time, but these are cosmic energies and they contribute to you, whether they're in a major area that you tend to reflect the most on or not. So I would actually look and see what's going on in your first house if you have your chart, and you can. If you know where Aries is placed in your overall energy or chart, I would look into it and utilize that energy to the best of your ability. And for those who are like, I don't know my birth chart, I don't know nothing about none of this, just understand that this new moon energy is full of abundance, and there's a lot that you can bring into your world with good intention. Okay, so we're gonna be using the Cookie Story Tarot. I am in love with the gilding on this tarot. This is one of my favorite deck creators of all time. You guys, if you follow me on TikTok and IG, you've seen me share their decks, you've seen me use them a lot, and this is the new one added to my collection. So we're gonna use it to tap into this new energy. Let's get to it. We're going to start off by seeing what past fears or current fears are pushing you to be more confident, are pushing you to activate yourself more. Okay. The collective. What fears are pushing you to be more confident? Ooh, we have the 5 of Swords. You're ready to put an end to conflict. You're like, the war is over. But in order to be ready to put conflict to the side, it also means that you've been through a lot. You've been through a lot of battles. You've been through a lot of war and complication and back and forth with people. And you're like, at the end of the day, I'm just ready to leave all that junk, move on to something better. If you found yourself on the end of the more defeated end of things, you no longer want to be in that energy, and maybe you were afraid of that energy, maybe admitting defeat of any kind. For some of you, it's in relationships, so it could have been maybe the defeat of divorce, or it could be the defeat of not getting something that you really thought you were going to get in the last couple of months, maybe even a few years. And there's a fear that, oh, it'll happen again. I didn't get that one thing I wanted from before. That relationship didn't work out before. What if it happens again? Well, Spirit is saying all of these experiences, you have 2 options. You can choose to wallow, or you can choose to see what the blessing was in the lesson. And for you guys, it's the fact that you now know how to put an end to conflict and how to walk away from that when no longer serves you. But you also know how to stand up strong for what will. So you know when to go, okay, let me stand my ground on this. Let me show my strength on this. But you also understand that there's also strength in just walking away and no longer continue to fight, especially if you were the victor. There's a humbleness that comes with being the defeated party, with being the party that has to admit, okay, that wasn't my best moment. But for being the person that actually won, there's also a lot of power in being able to say, I don't need to keep going. I don't have to keep the conflict going. So I just feel like this person in this wolf costume is completely leaving the others behind. Like, I don't have time for y'all. You might have found yourself sneaking away like a wolf in the night. Like, no, I'm not even going to be here when y'all start arguing tomorrow. I'm going to be out. Deuces. Bye-bye. So this is actually, really good energy. This is energy that can actually really, really help you with your overall growth. Now we're going to tap into, let's see. Do I want to clarify this, Spirit, right now? Or should we keep going with the tarot? I feel like we should keep going with the tarot and then clarify everything more later. So we'll get to the other oracle cards later. Now we're going to tap into what powerful healing is taking place for you during this new moon in Aries. What powerful healing is taking place? Ooh. Look at you getting your long-awaited new beginnings. Look at you. Gathering all the resources that you need to pull in something tangible into your world, because now you're done with conflicts. So since now you're putting down the fighting, whether you were the defeated party, if in fact you don't even need to keep looking at it as defeated party, you can look at it as that was something I wasn't meant to be associated with, that was something I wasn't supposed to have. I'm on to something better. Whatever I didn't have, whatever might have been lost, there's something better than that, and whatever was truly meant for me, it's coming towards me anyway, so I don't even need to get caught up. I don't need to get caught up. I just need to focus on pushing forward and realizing that I can create a tangible reality for me out of my own thoughts, out of my own capabilities. I don't need to bicker and argue with nobody for it. If you found yourself living in a home with a lot of conflict, and a lot of us deal with this, we live in spaces where we may not participate in the back and forth, but we hear it all the time. And we try to separate ourselves as best as we can from that energy. And however, we find that there are moments where something just keeps pulling us back, or just hearing it sometimes, just hearing other people argue and bicker all the time it has such a negative effect on a person's mental state, on a person's emotional state. And you might have found that you were living in that kind of situation, and now an opportunity to get free of all of that is coming in. Seize it, because it's been long awaited. The Ace of Pentacles, I always tell you guys in my channeling, Pentacles isn't going to always be slow energy. However, it is something that takes process. It is something that takes a minute to stabilize. So it doesn't have to take years to get to you. It doesn't even have to take months. But it will take your attention, and it will take you investing in what it is. So if you want to move out, invest in moving out. Save up, meditate, center your energy. It's not going to be easy for everyone. Some people, really honest to God, like live in spaces where it's just people argue all the time, and you're trying to keep your own sanity while everybody else seems to be losing theirs. But you got to do what you need to do to break that cycle. Because for some of you, this is like a home cycle. Argue, bicker, whine, argue, bicker, whine. Something falls apart, Get 2 steps ahead, take 10 steps back, repeat the process. And that's getting old. Someone's like, I'm done with all that. Let me just take my things and book it. Let me take my winnings and book it with this 5 of Swords energy. And there's also something about the bees here. Bees are a symbolism for someone. You've been seeing bees a lot. I don't feel like, some of you might be allergic to bees, but I feel like for some of you, you really love bees. You might resonate with Beehive, because I just heard that, like, oh, the Beehive. So maybe some of you are like Beyonce fans. And perhaps her music is encouraging for you. It gives you hope. Some of her songs have that kind of energy of like, I'm going to get through this, or I'm stronger than I seem. This Aries energy is I am energy. It is realizing the power within yourself and how you connect to the tapestry of life, and therefore all things in existence, which means nothing can truly be in lack for you. Only your mentality. Only your mentality can tell you that there's something you lack or don't have. A tangible beginning is starting here. It's something that's been in the works for a long time, and it's up to you to be ready to accept it. Let's keep it moving, my loves, because I'm loving where this is going so far. Let's see what actions you need to take. Let's see what actions you need to take, because you're breaking free of something. So what actions do you need to take towards this energy of opening up, this I'm here in my life, in the sunshine. Sun energy, look at this. Some of you have forgotten what that feels like to really, and it doesn't matter if you live in a hot climate or cold climate, you forgot what it was like to really enjoy yourself in the sun, to just be in a state of absolute bliss and happiness. Sometimes you're so far removed from it, you might find yourself saying, I don't think I've ever known what that was, or I don't think I've ever known what that's like. Let me explain. Those moments can sometimes be the most simple, even seamlessly uneventful, but you find yourself just in this tranquil space where it feels like you can illuminate, where it feels like you can just relax and be yourself. You don't have to put on airs for nobody. You don't have to try to impress. You don't even have to pep talk yourself. You can just sit in the moment and enjoy it. You might have been sitting on your couch, relaxing, watching TV, went outside, laid in the sun for a quick second. You could have been a kid rolling down a hill of grass. It's those little moments that when you think back on it, it makes you chuckle in your head and it makes you happy again. And if you can expand upon that vibration and expand upon that feeling, you find that you've always had that energy of abundance and freedom within you. The Sun card right now is you illuminating. It's saying, again, we have you leaving conflicts behind, new beginnings starting, and these new beginnings are in the sunshine. Is that my life in the sunshine? You're finding yourself in a space that you never thought you would be in before, but it has to happen. It's meant to happen because you're top of the deck, because you're walking away. You're walking away from anything that was keeping you blocked, that was keeping you stuck. Okay? You're walking away from that. Bottom of the deck, Temperance. Tapping into your own inner magic, balancing out what's necessary in you. Receiving what it is that you need to receive to expand and grow. Temperance energy is also healing energy. It's healing through action though. So I find it interesting because we were like, what actions do you need to take? You need to enjoy yourself in the sunshine. For many of you, this means actually going out and enjoying the sun. For others, it's feeling happiness internally and allowing it to resonate out without, So instead of it banking it on who's arguing, who's doing this in a household, what relationship didn't work, because some of you are going through different relationship struggles or breakups, whatever it is, instead of festering on that, you're not being told to not feel it in the moment, but release it. The problem is so many people get caught up in feeling something in the moment and staying in it. Like, release it. Let it go. It's a good thing. It's a good thing that you're leaving this. Notice that this character has like a bow and arrow. Like, I'm leaving that other stuff behind because I got places I need to be that I can shoot a better shot. I can get a better score where I'm going. So why would I stay somewhere that's not fulfilling, that's not abundant? And then with that Temperance energy, there's a new honesty that opens within you as you free yourself. And now you're able to mix all of the different layers of who you are together and create something amazing out of it as you heal. As you transfer out what no longer serves you and you bring in what will. And the new moon energy is about that. What are your new beginnings? What are you manifesting? This is the time to do it because this moon is full of abundance. Okay, let's get into, this is called Hot Girl-ish deck, but I'm going to translate it for masculine energy too, should I be drawn to. Let's see, because we're talking about your self-confidence, and Aries energy is talk that shit energy. To be quite honest, it's talk it like you talk it, live it, that whole nine. So let's get into that. Wow, off the bat. You can keep hating, I'm popping regardless. They can keep talking. Look, you're the people who don't want to see you succeed, the people who want to keep you in that conflict and keep you in all that aggression because they like you in this down energy. They like you feeling as if you can't expand or go nowhere. Go ahead and let them do what they're gonna do. Don't participate in it with them now. You can vent out that you didn't like something that a person said or did, but again, it's about leaving the conflict, right? So don't keep feeding the energy. Sometimes we have to talk things out because we have to figure out what it is we need to fix and what it is that we need to get off our chest, but don't keep talking about it. And that's the hard part when you're trying to transition out of something and therefore it keeps happening around you. It's so easy to find yourself talking about the old ish again, but you got to let it go. The reason that these people who want you to stay, that they want to hate on you and keep you in a certain energy, the reason they can't advance is because of that. They're constantly wanting to participate in conflict. They're constantly wanting to stay in old energy. Well, if you're going to stay in old energy, you can't advance. You can't advance. So it's like, okay, instead of me getting mad and worrying about it and blocking my blessings and not enjoying my sunshine, you can keep on hating regardless. I'm going to keep popping. I'm going to keep doing me. So if that's what you want to do, you want to be a hater, okay, boo. Go ahead, go do that by yourself in a corner, all by your lonesome. Now, it doesn't mean to tolerate anybody's ish, but you got to know when to say something and when not to say something. Them dudes is okay, but I'm feeling you. Ooh, somebody got a new bird coming in with the new moon. For some of you, it's a new lady. So, there's some masculines here, some masculine energy, be you, feminine container or masculine container. The energetic energies of both are here. Somebody's catching another person's eye. I feel like it's like an admirer energy, like someone's watching you, but you don't know it. Right now, your goal is focusing on yourself and opening yourself up to receive all the abundance coming in, and then in come the chance for relationships and other things like that. So it's not saying to necessarily put your focus on that. Just know that a person does have their eye on you, and they're like, yeah, the others might have been in my face, but it's you that I want. So what we doing? Be this a feminine or masculine energy. All right, let's get into, we're going to get into the inner peace. That's a huge part. That's a huge part of what needs to happen right now, is having that inner peace. Having that inner peace, darling. Trying to get this video done quickly so it can get out to y'all quickly so that you can have some encouragement of what you're pulling in this new moon. It's all in divine order. Allow. How can you relax into the flow and go with the current of life? What are we talking about here? By letting go of conflicts, by allowing yourself to finally receive all that hard work, all those wishes that were due you, that past emotions, feelings kept from you. People, things, allowing yourself to be in a Debbie Downer mood or depression, all those things that were blocking that. Allowing that to be moved out the way so that you can accept that sunshine. You can let that sunshine in. I'm hearing a lovely day now. Yeah, somebody finds you their lovely day. That's for sure. I feel like a lot of y'all are finally feeling self-love, and you realize that self-love isn't selfish. Self-love is all giving and all consuming, because when you know how to love yourself, you know how to love another. And in many ways, without having to force yourself, you open the door just with your actions, just with the way you carry yourself, of teaching others how to love you too. Because that's how they learn. They don't learn based on just what you tell them. They learn based on watching how you treat yourself, based on watching how you love yourself. And this goes all the way down to intimacy. I know you guys are waiting for more of the sacred sexual content, but this goes down to that too. The way that you embrace yourself, the way that you talk about and carry yourself, that shows the next person how you want to be loved. So be very mindful of how you are treating yourself at all levels of intimacy. They don't have to watch you perform on yourself to know whether or not you're really genuinely loving yourself. It just shows through in your essence. Let's get one more. This is not your practice life. Decide. What is your inner voice telling you about the dreams in your heart? In other words, love, this isn't a test run. You're not, okay, many of us know we live many lives, blah, blah, blah. All of them can play a role or a part or a vibrational pull into a new life that we enter into a new incarnation. However, the current incarnation we're in right now is important to the version of us that is existing right now. You don't get to keep saying, I'm going to put my goals off. I'm going to put my dreams off. I'm going to live for someone else. I'm going to keep putting up with family bullshit. I'm going to keep doing all this other stuff that I know is getting in the way of my progress, but I feel obligated to do it. Only to turn right around and be all depressed because I let that idea slip by. Here's my thing. I tell y'all all the time. All the time. Divine timing is happening all the time. So many people have gotten used to teaching divine timing like it's some off in the corner distant thing that you just have to be patient for, and that's it. And while temperance is mentioning some form of patience here, okay, it is a patience energy. It's also divine timing happens all the time. Time's not linear. And divine timing could care less about your human ideals. So the moment and the opportunities are always on the edge. It's just they wait for you to match the frequency and vibration to come forward. And then once they do come forward, are you ready? Or are you just playing practice still? Because once it's time to move, honey, it's time to move. This is non-debatable, non-negotiable. Once that chariot come in, it's time to hop on the ride and go. And that's what's happening right now with y'all's energy. And that's why some of y'all are so quick to go, whether it was out of an energy that started off as defeat or an energy that started off as being more victorious. Because a lot of, listen, the Five of Swords in my readings is also intimidation. Normally, the person is coming out for is the individual who someone's intimidated by. Someone's intimidated by your grace and the success that they see coming in for you, and it's got them shooketh. But you don't need to be concerned with that. You just need to focus on your success and what brings you into balance. And as I say that, I'm noticing this is the card 22. 22, that's 4, stability, balance. What's grounding you right now? That's where your focus should be. But you can't get there if you keep playing practice and playing catch up all the time, thinking maybe it's not time yet, maybe it's not. If you're in flow, you'll know when it's time. Remember, you got to allow. Are you in flow with the current of life? Because if you're in flow with the current of life, then we don't even need to worry about that practice level, because you're going to have it down pat. And let's be clear, some things you just can't be prepared for. Some things just have to happen. They just got to take place. It's as simple as that. Let's get into colorology. This is I edged it, so there's not an edged version of this deck. But this is from V Love and Crystals, my beautiful soul sister V. So make sure you guys check her out. She's also on here as V Love and Tarot here on YouTube. She has 2 channels, so you can check her out, check out her decks. We're having another monthly collaboration coming April 6th, so make sure that you guys hit that notification bell when you see the video pop up. Hit that reminder. Let's get into this colorology. I'm using this deck as an aura energy, so let's see what's going on in your aura this new moon in Aries. We got royal blue, dependability. Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow. If this isn't connecting with everything I just said, you got dependability, reassurance, and confidence. This whole thing is about confidence. Aries energy is about confidence. It's about the I am power. It's about realizing I'm a powerful being and I can actually pull into existence that which I need and what I want. So some of you are walking around here with that royal blue aura. Whenever you guys see the colorology deck, I always recommend that it may not be your favorite color. That's fine. But I do recommend actually wearing or having something in the house that's royal blue, maybe electric blue as well. Something to help that you can meditate on, or finding a flower or something that's in that color and, you know, looking at it and then meditating on the energy of it, meditating dependability. How can I activate the dependability within myself, for myself, least of all for others? How can I be more reassured in what I'm doing? How can I tap more into that confident energy and let the answers flow in? And when the answers come in, speak them, because that helps to speak them into existence. I'm confident because. I'm resilient because. We have chocolate. Structure, stability, protection. Boom. And that's on. I said what I said, baby. Let's get one more. I got one more deck to get into. I'm trying to keep my cards from like flying all over the place. This deck is normally very talkative. We have sweetness, prosperity, and healing. And we mentioned all of that. Sweet honey. Remember what I said about the bees? What's standing out? Boom. And then the honey card comes out. Bees is a symbol for you guys. So again, you know, I gilded this one, but this is the colorology deck by V Love and Crystals. Now we're going to get into the Boss Up Affirmations by DF Twin Flame on Instagram. I don't know if they have a YouTube channel, but I know they're on Instagram. And of course, all the decks that I used, if there are still links for them, if they're still on sale or whatever, they're always in the description. We're going to close the reading off with this. And then I gotta go, my babes. Let's see, as you set your intentions, how are you bossing up? How are you bossing up? keep going. We got 1 card, 2. Ooh, okay, that's enough. That actually went over. I was just going for 3. We got like 4. We have I choose balanced relationships. Didn't I say you putting it into that conflict, babe? Didn't we say that conflict is done? It's over with. Don't nobody want no parts of it no more. We have I choose faith, not fear. And that's the great joy about facing what you were afraid of. Facing what you thought you couldn't survive. So as you realize that you can. You were afraid of conflict in the past. You were afraid of not, doing certain things family wanted you to do and etc. But in reality, therein lies your actual strength. We have I trust the path that I am on. I trust the path that I am on. Because you understand that it is divinely so. I walk in the room like the divine sent you there because it did. That's how I walk in the room. It's in my name for a reason. We have I am trying my best, but I'm going to change this to I am doing my best and beyond. Because the reality is sometimes if a person gets stuck in the mentality of I'm trying, nothing gets done. You're doing. You are doing your best. You are achieving your best. And when you feel down and you feel like something didn't go according to plan, just remind yourself that in that moment, that was the best you can give and that you can always advance forward. And lastly, at the bottom of the deck, we have I am whole, just as I am. And there's the power of I am again. The I am that connects you to the me, that connects you to the we, that unifies the us. And it all exists within you. It's all a part of divine source. And my loves, that was your reading. New moon energy in Aries, April 1st. The 1s are important. The 4s for stability are important. I mean, off the gate, you got an ace right here. And that in of itself is a 1. The sun energy, meditate, do some sun grounding work, go out in the sun, get yourself some energy from it. Open your window, open the blinds, do what you got to do. Let the sun shine in. Again, that song, My Life, and the sunshine keeps playing. Just that part over and over again. So allow yourself to live in the sunshine, darling. And with that, my loves, I send you off with grace and love, peace, love, and light.
Get your copy of Love Confession Cyber Edition. Link in bio.